Can you make lumple dumplings?
Apple dumplings.
Yes, apple dumplings.
Welcome to the Disney Scrapbook, where together we take a journey to explore Disney history from 50 years ago. My name is Nolan. Today I thought we would take a second look at Disney's hilarious Western comedy film, The Apple Dumpling Gang, which was successfully released on July 4th, 1975. If you've not yet had the opportunity to watch part 1 of this series, where a deep dive look of Jack and Bickham's original story upon which the screenplay was based, and the chosen casting for comedy is explored, then I suggest you start there. I'll leave a link in the description below. Here in part 2 we will research the film's music, explore how some of the special effects are created, find out where some of the filming locations occurred, and analyze its critical reception. Shane Tatum, a member of the Walt Disney Studios publicity department since 1969, and an aspiring musician, wrote the title song, The Apple Dumpling Gang, in which the lyrics explain the plot. Probably my favorite of his somewhat insipid theme songs that he wrote for Disney in the 1970s. The song is well sung by Randy Sparks and the Back Porch Majority. Randy Sparks was the stage name of American musician and songwriter Lloyd Arrington Sparks. Sparks had previously worked for Disney, having written and sung the music for the June 11th, 1969 release, Hang Your Hat on the Wind. In July 1975, Sparks had provided the new vocal tracks for the characters Ernest the Dude and Zeke in the Country Bear Jamboree attraction. In 1963, Randy Sparks had formed the American folk group The Back Porch Majority, which was intended to be a rehearsal space for the new Christy Minstrels. Another group Sparks had established in 1961, but it ended up becoming successful on its own. The group released 6 albums, appeared on several TV shows, and was chosen to provide entertainment at the White House in 1965. In 1971, Randy Sparks reformed the Back Porch Majority and toured under the name Randy Sparks and the Back Porch Majority through 1979, performing regularly for Burl Ives and Shirley Jones. Big band arranger, Disney legend and musical genius, Disney's staff composer Norman Dale Baker provided the perfect accompanying Western score for the background music, which Walter Sheets then orchestrated to enhance the comedic action within the film. Buddy Baker's career began in the 1930s when he played trumpet with the big bands while composing music for television shows. In 1954, he joined Disney to compose music for the Davy Crockett TV series. Staying on at Disney, he would go on to work on dozens of TV shows and feature films. He specialized in the music of the Disney attractions of the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and Tokyo Disneyland. He served as musical director for Epcot Center, composing music for numerous attractions, eventually retiring in 1983 as the last staff composer of any major studio. Respected musical arranger and orchestrator Walter Sheets had joined Disney in 1959 after working on the Bing Crosby radio show. His orchestrations would appear within Disney films until 1981. The Western sound of the Apple Dumpling Gang score emphasizes harmonica played by the famed Tommy Morgan, along with guitar and folk-like melodies. Strings are used as melodramatic effect. Following the opening card game scene, as the stagecoach races across the countryside, the music increases in vigor, with rapid banjo figures and lively string runs as the melody and the brass propelled energy into the film. In this film, the majority of the music is essentially transitional, getting from one scene to another, one place to another, or through mood setting. The comedic scenes are especially cleverly underscored. The title tune is repeated throughout the film, creating atmospheric music for the kids in the mine or their trip in the mine car. The source music for violin and piano in the restaurant suggests the Old West. Known music is cleverly rephrased to accompany dramatic situations. For example, during the discussion of marrying Dusty, a subtle suggestion of Here Comes the Bride in the underscore is disguised enough not to be flagrant, but familiar enough to be effective. The same Here Comes the Bride motif reappears as the group moves to the barber shop for the wedding. Not only does the music provide a subtle connection to a known musical phrase, but it also connects the dramatic moments while being absolutely appropriate to the Western tone and flavor of the film. The chase after the kids uses rapid banjo music, again, and the trumpet heroic fanfare evokes the light cavalry overture. The establishing shot incorporates a matte painting by Harrison Ellenshaw, for the first time working without his father, the Disney legend Peter Ellenshaw. Initial plate photography on this Oregon location proved disastrous. When the matte camera assistant loaded the wrist-vision camera, with the film twisted back to front, with the cell side to the lens instead of the emulsion side, resulting in an unusable red print. Luckily, later during the production, a shot was taken from the same camera position. This shot was used instead. Harrison painted several other mattes for the film. Susan Clark did drive the stagecoach into town, despite being scared of horses, and using a mechanical horse for the majority of her scenes. However, for safety, a wrangler was hidden at her feet in case anything went wrong. Several special effects are utilized to bring the story to life. For example, the mine car is motorized for the children's escapade, allowing it to keep going. For safety, the children were not actually in the runaway mine car that wiped out the town. Dummies that resembled them were created from plaster imprints of the children's faces. Some of the run was done against the blue screen, and the mirror that the car crashes through was made of sugar glass. This runaway train scene took 4 days to film, and the children's clothing remained spotless, even managing to miraculously have lost the chicken feathers that they picked up along the way when they exit the cart. When the children are inside the mine, the earthquake was created by building the set on a Disney soundstage a few feet above the ground, with 2x4s coming off the side of the platform stage, which crew members will push on and walk to create the effect of an earthquake, with dust and debris being tossed onto the set from above. It is interesting that amid that dust, the children do not appear to cough at all. Not all special effects go as planned. In the scene where Amos and Theodore are scoping out the bank and trying to appear nonchalant, Amos strikes a match on Theodore's backside to light a cigarette. The special effects team had soaked a kerchief in gasoline and hung it out of Theodore's back pocket. Unfortunately, it really did catch fire, way more than intended. They kept on shooting the scene, but upon announcing cut, Don Knotts was rolled on the ground to put the fire out. The comedic ladder scene was shot on a soundstage, 20 foot up in the air, with the use of a rubber ladder and airbags below. Some shooting locations in the Apple Dumpling Gang will prove familiar to the regular viewer of Disney's 1970s films. The wagon chase occurred beside the same pond at Disney's Golden Oak Ranch that Herbie skipped across in 1969. A set of a western town was constructed on the Disney Studios backlot. Other shooting locations that had picturesque landscapes along with rustic settings: Los Padres National Forest in California, Deschutes National Forest near Bend, and along the Rogue River in Oregon, which all helped to create stunning natural beauty, adding visual appeal to the movie, and helping to bring the story to life. Tim Conway and Don Knotts had great respect for the way in which the director, Norman Tokar, gave them space and time to allow the comedic scenes to play out. He let a scene develop, progress, and come to a conclusion, allowing the audience to laugh along with it and fully enjoy it. The child actors acknowledged that Tokar was an excellent director for children, employing his extensive experience working with children gained on the TV series Leave It to Beaver and his numerous Disney credits. Despite renowned critics giving the Apple Dumpling Gang poor reviews, calling it banal and stale, Variety called the film an engaging, gentle-humored comedy melodrama. Kevin Thomas of the Los Angeles Times calling it a pleasant and funny Disney family comedy. However, Walt Disney Studios released the Apple Dumpling Gang in 1975, when most theaters were showing serious movies filled with violence. This comedy western struck gold. The picture reaped in nearly $32 million in box office receipts, and became the 11th top-grossing film of the year. Building on the film's success in 1979, Knotts and Conway reprised their roles in the sequel, The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. Then, on January 16, 1982, Disney aired Tales of the Apple Dumpling Gang, a television film remake. And 1 year later saw the premiere of a spin-off television series, Gunshy, that produced 6 episodes. Additionally, nods to the film were included during the 2013 refurbishment of the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad attraction in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World by project manager and Imagineer Wyatt Winter and his team. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy an evening of light entertainment and would like to watch The Apple Dumpling Gang for yourself, it is available on iTunes, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Disney Plus, and of course DVD. If you enjoy this type of 50th anniversary content, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. The Disney Scrapbook will be producing other 50th anniversary content throughout the year that will include reviews of Disney films, LPs, books, and Greenbook content. Thanks everybody for watching. See you again soon. TTFN, out for now.